What's going on, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? How's everybody doing, man? Let's let everybody get in. I'm gonna shout it out that I'm live right now. How's everybody doing? Let's get it. So let me see. Let everybody know that we're live. What's up, y'all? How's everybody doing? How is everybody doing? Let's get it. Let me get everything put up. All right. Welcome in. We'll get started as soon as everybody gets in. As soon as everybody gets in, we will get started, y'all. Make sure I got props made easy up, refreshed. Make sure I got my projections. Okay. What's up, y'all? How's everybody doing? Let's get it. Here we go. I'm gonna be here for about 30 minutes. Let's get to it. Let's get it, Cody. Let's go. What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Good day to you too. We sub Slim. What's up, Cody Berry and We Sub Slim? How y'all doing? What's up? So, sorry I didn't go live yesterday. I know I was expecting to go live every single day this week. Had some shit pop up, so I was busy. But I am live today, and we're gonna break it down, go over DFS, go over player props, whatever y'all want to do. We are here to do. So let's get into it. Still give people a little bit more time. I shouted it out. Good to go. We starting a ladder today? Oh yeah, I'm down. Over at Props Made Easy, we're already talking about it. I'm going to the. We're talking about a ladder challenge for Props Made Easy over there right now on the social media platform part of Props Made Easy. We're talking about it. I'm excited for MLB trying to win some cash. I can get the MLB package for the season. Let's get it, bro. Let's get it. Let's get into it. All right, y'all. So, college basketball ladder today. Oh yeah, I need to get back into the bets ladder. The bets challenge for sure. I didn't do it yesterday. Kind of took the day off. It was tough going 4 days and then losing. Lost one bet out of the 8, which was good, which is great, but wasn't the best. So I had to take a little break yesterday, but we're good. All right, y'all. Here we go. So, what questions we got? Let's get into it. Let's get started on this slate. So, looking over injury news and stuff like that, and what we got going on today. Let's see what the big news is for today. So far, we have Kyle Lowry still out for Miami. We do have Kleber. We do have JaVale McGee out for Dallas. There's a couple bigs out for Dallas, which is obviously going to make Christian Wood solid, who I talked about in the video. I talked about Christian Wood being solid today, and I do like that. When you have a pivot on DK, do you look at pivoting a stud for another stud or a more lower end guy? It just depends. It just depends if you have another stud that you're really liking that you feel kind of even with, then pivoting is completely fine. If it's vice versa, let's say you're super big on one of the big spend guys, right? But yet you've got a bunch of value guys that you could choose from, then I would pivot the cheaper guys. It just depends what you're looking at, what you're looking like on the slate. Tim Hardaway Jr. over 15.5 points, no Maxey or Bullock. Let me see where I've got Tim Hardaway Jr. real quick. said PRA, right? Let me check the PRA from Tim Hardaway real quick. Tim Hardaway Jr. Oh, 15.5 points. All right, let's go. So, Tim Hardaway Jr. Let me get Timmy boy up here. I have him under, actually. I have Tim Hardaway going under 15.5. Vegas also has him under. How about Hunter for Atlanta? I do like DeAndre Hunter. He's a fine option for sure. I've had a couple versions where I had him in. So, yeah, he's doable for sure. Drop a like down below if you haven't already. We got 30 people in here so far. Make sure you drop a like down below. How do you like Siakam and D. Murray today? They both seem underpriced. So I haven't had a ton of Siakam or DeJounte Murray so far. But I feel like they're both usable for sure. You can. What site are you predominantly on is the question. I haven't had them much on DK. I don't know if maybe you're looking at FanDuel. But over on Draftkings, there's certain players that have been big for me so far today, and obviously getting the right OKC kind of sticks out as a big thing for me today because OKC is missing all of the people they're missing. I love DeAndre Hunter at 4.5. I think that he's viable value for sure. But really what sticks out to me is the OKC value. There's a lot of OKC value that sticks out, and at the end of the day, there is a little bit of that blowout risk too for the spend up guys there. So like for Giddey and for these other guys, there is some scariness to them because there's obviously blowout potential. All of that could happen. So those were definitely takedown picks yesterday for DFS. Some player just sold. I know, man. Julius Randle was pathetic. I mean, dude, once James Harden was ruled out and I got my version, I got an Embiid, who ended up being 30-something% owned. We got him low owned. It was pivotal updates, great updates. Yeah, man, I got Embiid in, and then I ended up going Julius Randle with no Brunson, by the way, against Charlotte, by the way. And dude goes out there and he has like one of the worst games of his life. So that was unfortunate. That's the part of DFS that sucks. You know what I mean? That's the part that sucks. But imagine Randall goes for 50 something. Like it's a huge night. Bane was 7 points, man. I talked about Bane. Somebody came to me yesterday and was asking me, they had like some props that they were talking about. And I was like, man, Bane's one of those guys that like I don't really like to bet on much because sometimes he goes out there in situations that you expect him to be great. He goes out there and just kind of sucks. He sucks it up, dude. So Bane, yeah, I avoided Bane. Thank God. But yeah, man, I felt good about what we ended up in DFS with yesterday, man. I felt so good with it. I mean, when I get those situations, those opportunities where you're able to make an update in DFS, right? And it gives you a big, like, let's say somebody's ruled out, like a James Harden, and you're able to get Joel Embiid in and get him at low 30% owned. That's the whole point of staying tuned and staying available to update these things because that is huge. Getting a Joel Embiid at 30% ownership with no James Harden wouldn't have happened if we knew James Harden was out early in the day. Like early on in the day, if we knew James Harden was going to be out, Embiid would be chalk. But because we didn't know, he ended up being 30-something% owned, and a lot of people were caught sleeping, and we took advantage of it. And it was fantastic. And then Julius Randle goes out and gets like 20-something DraftKings points. Pathetic. What do you think about Jokic boards at 12.5? Let me see where I have his boards at real quick. Joking boards. Propsmadeeasy.com, ladies and gentlemen. By the way, it is launch week. So hit up propsmadeeasy.com. It is available only $15 a month for using the prop tools, which are amazing. And then also having ability to chat with other members and gain followers, all that. It's like a social media platform for props, and everybody loves it so far, man. I got member chat earlier today. Like, he said, "What's up?" I said, "What's up, bro?" He said, "This site's going to blow up soon. Congratulations. I love it." So stuff like that is like what we do this for, man. I love shit like that. But anyway, back to what you asked. Let's talk about Jokic boards at 12.5. So rebounds, Jokic 12.5. I'm leaning over, but it's slight. Like if he gets over, I'm thinking 13, but I have him projected at 12.7 to give you an idea. So a 0.23 differential on the tool. So it is a yellow differential. So it's not a huge, but Vegas likes the over. The money slightly, very slightly on the over there. He's hit it in 7 of his last 10, which is great. Matchup against Chicago's not great. I mean, Vooch is solid, but I think he can hit it. I'm leaning over slightly. So if you had the bet on it, I'd lean over. Yeah. So I put Jokic 0.5 3-pointers and Aaron Gordon 3-pointer. What are your thoughts? So I talk about this from time to time. I don't bet on 3-pointers like that. I don't really get involved in 3-point shots. Just feels like I'm throwing a dart, too much darts at that point. Beal Young mini stack. I do like that. I do like Bradley Beal today, and I love Trae Young. Both of those guys are solid options today. I do like both of those guys. I like exposure to that game in general because if you look at it, right, if you look at the slate, the Atlanta-Washington game is 236.5. The next highest is Dallas and New Orleans, which is also a close spread. So definitely you could get some Brandon Ingrams. You could play Luka. And then you've got OKC Phoenix, which is a huge blowout potential position. But I like the value of OKC there. And I mean, the fact that it started, Phoenix opened at 10. Now it's gone up to 13.5. I'm really starting to lose my love on Giddey. I feel like Giddey could really be affected by blowout. And at the end of the day, that's the risk you take. You know what I mean? And when you're doing sports betting, the risk you take sometimes is you kind of look at it and you try to, in a lot of different sports, you try to predict how you expect the game to go. You decide whether you agree with Vegas or not. And you make your decision, man, and you live with it. If Giddey goes out and drops 60, you live with the fact that Giddey wasn't in the best spot when it comes to every situation. Like with Shy out, obviously, he's getting a usage bump for sure. But you have to think about a big blowout potential against a solid defensive team. It is a tough spot. So yeah. Let's see. Do you like Jokic for DK? Yes. Fantasy score 28.5 fantasy score. Capella bounce back. Game log is huge versus Wizards. Gafford, Porzingis are soft. Gafford and Porzingis are soft. Let me see how I'm liking Clint Capella today. So now when it comes to center, I haven't really gone the Capella route. I wish he was in the 5Ks, but honestly, he's fine at 5'3". He's one of the better center values on the slate. One of the better ones. I mean, Christian Wood's amazing. You got to think about the centers we have on the slate. Christian Wood. We have value options of Saric, who's going to get run in a blowout. Jalen Williams, who's going to get run in a blowout. So you've got some options. One of the most important things, man, that people kind of sleep on when it comes to DFS and building their lineups is kind of understanding where you have value and where you should spend money on and where you should kind of, a lot of people will try to force certain spots in their lineup and fill up guard spots or fill up center spots, not understanding that, like, man, you got to really balance this based off of what the slate is giving you. You got to really talk to the slate. You know what I mean? Have an intimate conversation with the slate and be like, what are you trying to give me? I want all of you, slate, like that. You got to be like, I want you. I want you to, you get make love to the slate. Yeah, whisper in the slate's ear. What do you have for me? You know what I'm saying? What is this like? Like, what's the slate like today? Like that. And it's going to whisper back to you, okay, spend up on center. You know what I mean? So you just got to really just be gentle with the slate, caress the slate, and talk to it. Thoughts on Capella props? Okay, so what Capella props do I like? Let me see. Props Made Easy tool, ladies and gentlemen, propsmadeeasy.com. If you're not already, a lot of y'all probably are Props Made Easy members. Shout out to y'all, by the way. Yes, I like Capella props. Number one, my favorite prop for Capella is over 22.5 PRA. And then I like Capella points assists, and then I like Capella's points. So PRA, points assists, and points. I'm all cool with overs on Capella. My favorite is PRA over. Sarge has that eligibility. Yeah, exactly. Gives you some of that flexibility, which is always good. You know what I mean? One thing you want in a slate is it to be flexible. You don't want a stiff slate. You want a slate where it's flexible. You know? Sarge, big revenge game plus blowout run. That's a good point as well, Wayne's World. There's a little blowout narrative. So yeah. Let me put the link for let me see. If I put let me see something real quick. If I can give y'all the link to Props Made Easy so you could just like click in, check it out if you haven't already. Let me see something. Let's see what happens here. Cam to go. Appreciate you, Anchor. Is Bruce Brown popping? On what? DFS? What does that do? Is that a link? Can y'all click that? I'm not like the most I'm not the most what do you call it? Technology savvy dude. Link works. All right, there we go. There's the link to Props Made Easy, y'all. If you haven't been to Props Made Easy, a lot of y'all already know it are. But if you play props and you don't have a Props Made Easy account, you're just letting yourself down. All right. Andrew Martinez, you need to go make a Props Made Easy account and start talking things over with the other members in the it's a social media platform with the best tools in the world. Okay. Bruce Brown on DFS. Okay, so let me check him out real quick. Okay, so I have Bruce Brown right around 20, a little under 20. So when it comes to value on the slate, he's not my favorite. He's not up at the top. You should be able to pin it. I think I pinned it, right? Yeah, I pinned it. At least in my eyes, it's pinned. Is it pinned for y'all? You like Podol on Fanduel for GPP as low-owned center? Let me check Fanduel, see how I feel about him over there real quick. Okay, so checking on Podol on GPP. For GPP. Podol over here on FanDuel. So I like him. He's serviceable. At 8K, I mean, I don't have him quite at 5X. That's the problem. That price is a little high. Yeah, that price is a little high, man. I like Christian Wood still over here. I like Jonas Valanciunas over here. Clint Capella. Those guys probably a little more than Podol. But the matchup against the Clippers is solid. Yeah, you did. First game versus Cavs. He will have that in the first 5 minutes. Who are we talking about, Michael? What did you say? How are we feeling about Kevin Love first half at 4.5 points? So I don't play a ton of first half, but that feels decent. But yeah, you got to think of that narrative too. Tatum today on DK. The problem with Tatum is blowout potential. That's the problem with Tatum. When it comes to spend ups, I want guys in spots that I'm expecting to stay competitive. I'm not expecting the Boston game to stay competitive. That is the problem we're dealing with there. All right. So when I spend up on studs, a big factor is I really like to decide whether I think that's going to be a good game or not, competitive or not. And this one, I just don't know, man. Because if you take with the price that these guys are most of the time, like a Tatum's price, like a Jokic's price, and these guys, you can't afford them to sit out the fourth quarter. You can't afford it, even if like you need them. I'm worried about blowout too. Same with Giddey. Yeah. So as time has gone on throughout the day, I've kind of started to lose my love for Giddey a bit. If Giddey's gonna be low owned, I'm fine with telling my people like, look, man, if high owned. If Giddey's gonna be high owned, getting off of that because of potential blowout is an interesting way to attack the slate, for sure. Cam, aka Geek Squad. Yeah, man. No, opposite of Geek Squad. Don't know shit. Don't know shit. The only reason Props Made Easy even made it is because of the smart people I have around me. That's it. Only time Tatum goes off worth the price tag is when he plays this exact type of game that we expect him to blow out. There's always that possibility that the game ends up being close and he goes crazy. That's true. That's why a lot of these like guys making the most money in DFS, that's why these guys are playing 150 lineups. That way they can have shots with Tatum. But if you're going one lineup, you got to really analyze it as safely as you possibly can. You know what I mean? For us, for the regular people, right? I don't like max entering. It's not fun for me. So I like to play 1, 2 lineups as well. So for me, I'm probably not going to have a ton of Tatum because it is a hard spot to justify with that price tag in a big blowout spot. But yes, I get what you're saying. There are times where guys will be in spots where you're like, no way, huge blowout. The game ends up staying competitive and they go for 70. Cool. But you've got Jaylen Brown healthy. You've got Tatum healthy. That game's going to be a blowout. And if Jaylen Brown was out, I consider it because then the spread would be more like 8. And maybe I can kind of wrap my mind around it. But drop a like down below if you haven't already, because I know you love it. I know you love this right now. I know you're loving it. I'm loving y'all. You know what I mean? We're just sitting here. We're talking real soft to the slate, trying to make love to this slate today. Do you like anyone from Toronto, LA late game? I kind of like Siakam on DK. He just seems cheap. So the matchup is great. When it comes to that game, my favorite spots in that game. Let's see. Let's see. My favorite spots in that game. I get you, and it should stay a fairly competitive game. Um, Kawhi Leonard's got that revenge factor. I don't think there's much revenge there, but you know the narrative factor. um, mm. So here's one of the theories I like as well. I side with if I have to pick up some players from a game, right? I like to most of the time side with a home team, right? Because throughout history, right? If you look at guys having great games, the majority of the time they have those great games at home. Majority of the time, a player will play better at home. That's just facts. That is what it is. That's why majority of the time, if you look at a team's home record, they're normally better at home than they are on the road. If you look at home versus away, because their players are normally playing better as well at home than they are away. So I normally like to roll more of the home team. So some Clippers would be interesting for sure. Um, we don't have any big injury news in that game. Most of the time, the spots I like to get involved in are spots that I'm also getting some type of injury bump in. I mean, sometimes I get it. We don't have a ton of injury news and guys are just healthy. So we just live with it. But Trey Man, I'm not going to have a ton of that. But yeah, no, I get what you mean. Let me look at that game. When it comes to that game in general, like point per dollar, getting involved in the Toronto Clipper game, I like probably Podol on DK. I like Podol a lot more on DK than FanDuel because he's only 6'6", comparative to 8K over on FanDuel, which is blasphemy. Not playing him on FanDuel, but I'm willing to play him on DK where I could see him hitting 6X. Okay. Russell Westbrook is popping fairly well to me at only 7'2". Let me take a look at him. I haven't played Westbrook since he's gone to the Clippers. How's he been doing? He had his typical 15-point game, which is sad. He had a 24-point game, fantasy point game. Oh my God. He's just not the. Do y'all remember when we used to play Russell Westbrook because we knew we were going to get a 60, possible 70 out of him? Like, it's sad, man. It's sad what has happened. Some of these guys just fall off a cliff. I don't think he sucks now. He's still got the potential. Like the other day, he dropped like a 50 fantasy points. He's got the potential in him, but it's just he's not as consistent as he used to be. He used to be a lock for 50 plus, a lock. He was going to get you triple double damn near every day. Let me some campaign, big blowout minutes. Yeah, interesting. I like bench players in that game are interesting. Young guys in that game are definitely interesting. Like I still want the young guys who need that experience in the OKC game. I still have interest in those guys. Props made easy launch week. I'm so happy that y'all are loving props made easy, man. I'm loving this shit because I spent years on props made easy, making it the most accurate possible. Like I played with props made easy. I lost some while we were working on it. I won some. And I got it to the point where I was winning much more than I was losing before I finally said, okay, it's time. You know what I mean? I have it exactly where I want it. My consistency is solid. Everything is solid. And then I dropped it for everyone else. Like that was my main thing. And that's why it took years because I spent a lot of time on making sure first I felt good about the success rate of it and how it was. And did I like the customer you know, view of it. Obviously, like it having a social media platform on it is like the one of the coolest things about it, because that's a different aspect than anywhere else has. So that's been awesome. But yeah, I'm super glad that everybody's loving it, man. People are flooding Prosmate Easy and loving it. So that's awesome to see. I play about 12 lineups, find the value and switch up the studs, all hand built, no tools, and always start with Cam High 5. You don't use any tools at all. Not bad. Van Vliet. Van Vliet on the other side of that game is fine. Yeah. Against Westbrook, yeah, that's fine. You like Michael Porter tonight? I'm gonna be fully transparent. I'm assuming you're talking about DraftKings. I haven't had a ton of Michael Porter because, like, when it comes to that forward spot, I kind of lean DeAndre Hunter a little more in that game. Um, I like some of those value. I do like Cam Reddish still, but in a blowout, maybe he even gets limited because he's a guy getting heavy minutes in that offense now. So maybe he kind of gets limited as well, and that affects him. But DeAndre Hunter's like a cheap guy. Somebody mentioned Tim Hardaway earlier. He's interesting for sure. Isaiah Joe. Yeah, Isaiah Joe is a guy that is definitely Isaiah Joe is definitely a guy that I would love from that OKC game because he's a guy who's not going to be hurt too much by blowout situation and he's going to get heavy minutes. Prize picks. Do I like Michael Porter on prize picks for anything? First half, I don't play first half like that. Let me see what I do like for Michael Porter, though. I got you. Let me go back. All right, Michael Porter. What do I like most from Michael Porter? So I'll tell you, he's not popping at the top. Michael Porter, my favorite props for Michael Porter. Is he on? Yeah, okay. Points and assists is my favorite over for Michael Porter. Points and assists. Vegas has it at 18.5. His prop line on Prize Picks is 17.5. So that's 1 point lower. So that's value there. So you could definitely grab that. I think that's interesting for sure. That's probably the one I would rock with, honestly. Let's see if there's any unders that really stick out for him. Any unders for Michael Porter that really stick out? Nah, yeah, the points assist over, I'd probably say. My dude Cam, high five, stay lit. I always start my court with the high five players. Stay in green when you get the green light sub. You already know, man. Hey, I appreciate it. And remember, y'all, these are when I do the high fives in the morning, it's kind of to get you started. You don't want to lock them in and then not do anything for the rest of the day. You want to make sure you stay up to date with what's going on, which is why green light is so important because at Green Light DFS, we keep it optimal throughout the night. Which is the most clutch thing you can do in DFS. Like, so win or lose, at the end of the day in DFS, the most important thing is win or lose, you have the most optimal version and you put that work in to keep it that way all night. That's it. And sometimes you can have the most optimal version in the world. Like, dude, for a living, okay, I do this shit for a living. I sit here and I try to find the most optimal possible versions that you can play every single day for both sites. And sometimes guys just don't do what they're supposed to do. I mean, in the best analytical data spots that you could possibly imagine, they won't do great. And then a guy in a tough spot will go crazy. You know what I mean? You like Devin Booker tonight, bro? Love him on Prize Picks. Love him on Prize Picks. Matter of fact, the Props Made Easy tool has Devin Booker as one of the best values, best differentials. I have him projected at 28.5 points. So that's 2 points higher than what Prize Picks has his line at. I think Devin Booker has a big game, and he's a big part of the reason. I think him and Durant obviously are going to have a big game. You got a Koji. I'm really liking some Phoenix guys on Prize Picks. I think their stuff's a little too low. Even with the blowout situation, it's going to be a blowout because these guys are going to have big games. So I love Devin Booker. My best Devin Booker is points over. Rebounds and assists. Let me see what I have for rebounds and assists for him. I like Kevin Durant more, probably for rebounds and assists. Let me see. Hold on, actually. I was looking at PRA. Yeah, Kevin Durant. I like Kevin Durant's rebounds assists more than Devin Booker's. Thoughts on Jonas Valanciunas and Aaron Wiggins as value? Yes, love Aaron Wiggins as a value, and I like Jonas Valanciunas, especially on Fanduel. My way too cheap pick is Aaron Gordon. I think he is back in full effect. You think so? Aaron Gordon. He's 6'4" against Chicago. I don't know if he's too cheap. Greenlight is the new wave. Keep up the misery. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, man, I'm super excited how great Greenlight has done. Greenlight's been around for so long, and we've been smashing for so long for people. And then Props Made Easy just releasing now, like has such a huge future. It's super great to see people just winning daily with this stuff, winning on a consistent basis with the information, whether it be the optimizer at Greenlight, whether it be our optimals at Greenlight, all the information we give people. Like I'm just blessed that it's able to actually make a difference for people all the time, man. It's been a long time that I've spent a lot of time perfecting everything. Any love for KCP at home today for value? He's not at the top of my list as value options today. Um, He's solid. He's definitely doable. But there's other guards that I really like. Like I like Caruso a lot as value. I like Aaron Wiggins, but he's a forward. So if you're trying that, if you have to get a guard, he's one of the best options. You've got Lindy Waters, who's one of those value punt guys for OKC in a blowout, who's interesting. You've got Alex Caruso as a value who should play about 25 minutes. That's solid minutes for a value guy. Yeah, you're right. But when he was going on that tear, putting up 40s on DK, he was like 8-2. Who are you talking about? You talking about Aaron Gordon? No, I get you. It's just, man. If you're playing multiple lineups, then I completely understand. You know what I mean? If you're making multiple lineups, I don't think he is optimal today. I really don't. Mobley fantasy score on Prizepicks. What is the fantasy score out on Prizepicks? Let me know, Waynes. I don't have fantasy scores on Props Made Easy. We like to focus on the actual stat stuff. For fantasy score, you can always use my projections at Greenlight. Fantasy score is at 35 for Mobley. Let me see. I got you. Let me see if I would do that or not. 35 for Mobley. That's a good competitive matchup. That's a good game. So possibly, I have him over that. I have him over that by about a point and a half. Damn, I wish I wasn't at work trying to watch your live. Hey, man, I appreciate you risking your job for me, man. Do you like PRA for Jonas Valanciunas? Let me check it out. Jonas Valanciunas PRA. Do I got you? Props Made Easy. Lead us where we need to be. Props Made Easy. Lead us, buddy. I have the under. Valanciunas PRA is at 27.5. Vegas has under as well as me. I have 26.6 to be exact, so under. We taking down on FanDuel tonight. I feel it, man. Look, man, I'm gonna put the work in for it. I like where I'm rolling today so far, so I'm gonna put the work in for it, and we're gonna continue to work on it throughout the night as much as we possibly can to keep ourselves in the best position, man. So you already know we're doing the work necessary for sure. What else we got? Yeah, don't risk your job though. You know what I mean? Don't get fired, Bruce. But hey, then you can make your money on props and DFS. Who cares? I mean, your boss might be over there watching me right now. If you are, hey, Bruce's boss, if you're watching right now, let him slide. All right? Let him slide. With Kevin and Booker popping, you like Paul's assist over. Kevin and Booker popping, you like Paul's assist over. Good point, Cody. Good point. Let me check his assists and see where his number's at. Chris Paul, where you at, bud? I'm not seeing him on an over. Let's see where his line is. His line's at 9. I have him under slightly. I have him matching or going under 9. See, Vegas has it at 8.5. Prizepicks has it up at 9, so it's not great value for him. I'm watching on my phone. Uh-oh. Hey, Bruce's boss. He is on his phone as well, and I know that's against your rules, but let him slide, all right? Let him slide. I'll give you $5. You let him slide right now. Rolling with a lot of bullets. Rolling with a lot of bullets? What do you mean? Rolling with a lot of bullets. Sounds like some rap song verse or something. Damn, I wish I wasn't okay already. Which stud has the lowest ownership tonight? Good question. Who's gonna end up being the lowest owned stud tonight? That's a great question, man. Lowest owned stud. When it comes to the studs today, I got Luka at the top, Jokic, Tatum. Probably Tatum because of that blowout risk. He's probably not going to have a ton of ownership. Lillard against Boston, also in a blowout spot, is probably going to have low ownership. So probably those two, but kind of good reason why. You don't want to give that away. I feel you. What? Give what away? Give what away? I don't want to give what away. Which values can you not get away from? I mean, everything's on the table, baby. You know what I mean? Everything's on the table like a buffet. Okay? Like you can do whatever you want. Don't ever count anybody out. But let me see. I'll check it for you though. I don't know why I'm talking a lot, real extra for no reason. Let me see. Which values can you not get away from? So my favorite values on the slate so far, I've talked about multiple. Aaron Wiggins probably I won't get away from just because he's in a fantastic spot. Only 3-5, 30 plus minutes. Blowout or not, he's good. Isaiah Joe, blowout or not, he's probably good. Lindy Waters, even punt. As you can say, as you can see, there is a certain trend on this slate so far, and it is OKC value. I'm losing my love for Giddey. I talked about Giddey in the high five earlier in the day. I was like, look, man, yes, I get it. There's a blowout risk, but Giddey's going to have so much usage. He should hit. Could he hit? Absolutely. But I don't know if that's the optimal way to go. Drop a like down below if you haven't already. 83 people in here. Drop a like down below if you haven't already. If you have any questions, let me know. PropsMadeEasy.com's link is pinned right there. You should see it in the chat or whatever. It's pinned. Go get your membership at Props Made Easy if you play player props. Got to. Create your profile. Start communicating with the team. And get this money, man. The player prop tools are all over a lot of picks that I'm loving today. I thought you weren't gonna say the ownership. Oh yeah, come on, man. I'm not hiding. I don't hide nothing. I don't care, man. I want y'all at the top with me. Y'all know I don't hide nothing. I share what I love with everyone for a living. So I don't hide nothing, man. Let's get it. Cody, let's get it, bro. Mike Muscala as value. Mike Muscala is not a huge part of what I'm doing so far. Yes, it's a blowout spot, but I just don't have a ton of minutes projected for Muscala tonight. Any news come out? Oh, now they're saying John Morant's like injured. Injured. Let's see. Any news come out that's necessary? Nah. Nothing really new. Haven't got nothing really new. We got a couple more minutes, y'all. Do you like Jared Allen over 29.5 fantasy score? Jared Allen over 29.5. I got you. Let me pull that up real quick. Let me pull up my projections real quick, so I can let you know on Jared Allen. Best pay up option aside from Young and Jokic. Doncic is definitely interesting to me because he might even be low owned tonight, and that's a high total, close spread. Jared Allen over 29.5. See where I got him real quick. Yes, over. Love it. Like that more than the last one somebody asked me fantasy score on. So yes, I like Jared Allen over 29.5. I got a little necklace with my son's name on it. You probably can't see it. You see it. What else? Think Jimmy is good to go tonight with him being in LA last night? Jimmy. All I can go off of is what I'm seeing, and I'm not seeing any issues with Jimmy tonight. If he does end up out, that's going to add some more value, obviously. Is Horford relevant today? Yeah, I think so. Horford's definitely relevant to me, honestly. When it comes to centers, I like his value on Fanduel at 5.7. Do you like CJ McCollum over 20.5 points? CJ McCollum, let me check the prop tool. If you're not on propsmadeeasy.com yet, go get it. Only $15 a month, and you can look at this yourself. Let me see. CJ McCollum points. I like Ingram more, but let me see McCollum. Where I have McCollum, I'm thinking it's going to be an under. McCollum. I'm thinking McCollum's an under. Where are you at, McCollum? CJ McCollum. Yeah, just go Ingram points over. I'm not doing much McCollum. Give us a preview of your tool. Go watch my videos. Go watch my videos. I have the tool in my videos, so you can check it out there. I mean, $15 a month. What you need a preview for? That's the cheapest thing in the industry. Try it out. If you don't like it, don't continue it. But you will. You will. It's really cool of you to do these live shows. Hey, I appreciate you, man. You are providing free help to us, and you certainly don't have to do it. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate the love. 26 points over for Ingram. So, yeah, I have Brandon Ingram for points. What was it exactly? Yes, over 26 is where I would lean. But it's not great value because Prizepicks has him at 26. Vegas has him at 25.5. But at Prizepicks, he's at 26. So he's a yellow bet on Props Made Easy, which is kind of in the middle. He's not a green bet where it's like, oh yeah, for sure, love it. But I have him projected at 26.6. So give you an idea. It's not like oh yes, lock that in. You like Darius Garland fantasy score? Let me see Garland. What's his fantasy score over there? I don't have Prizepicks up right now. Just let me know. I have him projected around 38.5. What's his fantasy score? 38.5 is what I would try to aim for. Mavs favored by 2.5 on the road and 234 total. Game to target? Yes. Part of the reason I like Doncic tonight. Close game. 34. I would go over, Andrew. He's at 34.5 on Prizepicks, and I have him almost 36. So he's an over candidate. What else we got, man? Probably one more minute, y'all. Probably one more minute. My favorite bet for Garland on Prizepicks, though, is like I said this morning, points and assists over 26.5. He's gone over in 7 of his last 10. I haven't projected for almost 28. And I understand people are like, oh, Miami's good versus guards. Miami's a good defense. Oh, don't do it. It's a close look. These dudes are professional basketball players. Okay. There's a lot of boxes checked. Matchup is the only one that's not. You feel what I'm saying? And that, yes, it has merit, but you have to consider everything else. You have to consider the fact that his line is low because of that matchup already. It's too low. It should be 27, 27.5, in my opinion. I have him at almost 28 projection. Darius Garland's points and assists should be at 27, 27.5. So it's too low. Your thoughts on Caldwell Pope? I think he's solid value on DK. Andrew, you in Texas? Your thoughts, already. What, Andrew? What? Maybe for the next live show, but could you quickly explain the closing line? Yes. So, okay. So I'm sure you all know about open lines. You've heard about Vegas opening lines, right? So when you wake up in the morning, you look at Vegas, you'll see Vegas's opening line. And that's where they set it at. That's where these Vegas guys come together and they're like, okay, we're going to put this guy's stuff at this number, right? As the day goes on and people place bets on this, it moves that line to a certain level, right? So, for example, a closing line might not always be the same as an opening line because people bet on it one side or the other and move it. A closing line is what a player's line is for that prop type at the end of the day. So I thought I do enjoy looking at that as something to look at, which is why we put it on Props Made Easy. It's really interesting to look at last 10. Yes, that's something to look at, but I also love looking at closing last 10. I like keeping an eye on what does this player predominantly close at after everyone places their bets on either end. Where does he normally close? And are we getting a value there? And yes, with Darius Garland, he has either closed at 26.5 or less in 10 of his last 10 games, meaning that at 26.5 is solid value comparative to where he normally is moved around at. Thoughts on Mobley plus. So closing line is what a player ends with. Opening line is what a player starts with. Smash that like down below if you haven't already. 79 people in here. Let's have 85 likes. Thoughts on Mobley points plus rebounds. Let me check Mobley out real quick. I got you. Points plus rebounds, Mobley. Evan Mobley. I like his PRA more. I can tell you that right now. Mobley's points and rebounds, very slightly over. I'm talking 0.3 differential for me. So very slight over. What else we got, y'all? Answer a couple more questions, then we're gonna roll out. What time is it? 4:12. Yeah, I gotta lock back in, baby. PropsMadeEasy.com, GreenlightDFS.com. Y'all join the squad for DFS. If you don't play DFS and you only do props, then you need to play DFS because DFS got that life-changing potential every night. Props will make you some money. Cool. Props are fun. There's nothing like DFS. Nothing like it. Did y'all see DeJounte pointless three-pointer versus the Heat that covered his props, points, and spread? I know some people were sick. I'm sure. Thoughts on Devin Booker points and assists? Absolutely. I love all Devin Booker today. His points and assists, though, let me look at the prop tool. Points and assists. Okay, so his points is my favorite. But if we look at points and assists, Devin Booker, I have the over still. Yep. Over 33.5. I like the over there. Very slight. I have him at 34. So it's slight. It's not like lock it in, but I like his points probably more. Marcus Smart points plus rebounds. Let me see. Marcus Smart points plus rebounds. Where you at, buddy? Where are you at, Marcus Smart? You a big under, ain't you? Oh, yeah. He's an under. Not huge, nothing crazy, but I do like the under. I have him at 14.9. So I do have the under for him. Do you like CJ McCollum over 5.5 assists? All right, last one. CJ McCollum over 5.5 assists. I have him at 5. I have him at on props made easy, as you guys know, the difference between where I have him projected, like where we have him projected and where his prop line is. His differential is a 0.08. So it's a positive, but very small. And Vegas likes the under, so it's a bet I'd probably avoid. Later, Cam, let's get this money. Yes, sir. Durant points. I'll do one more. I got you. Can't help myself. Durant points. I do like the over, but it's close. I like Devin Booker more. One more. Thoughts on 2.5 turnovers? I don't have turnovers at the moment in front of me. I prefer just going Garland points assists. How do you feel about Pat Beverly? He's okay. I'm not going to have a ton of them, though. All right, y'all. I appreciate my favorite two studs. My favorite two spend-up studs. Doncic and Jokic are my two favorite overall. So, yeah. Doncic and Jokic are my two favorites. Trae Young. You count that as stud, probably. Yeah, I love Trae Young in that game, too, man. When it comes to the spend-ups, Trae Young's one of those guys today that I like. Matchup's great. See you at the top. Yes, sir. All right, y'all. I will see y'all at the top of all the contests tonight. I will see y'all tomorrow. I'll be live once again. PropsMadeEasy.com for the prop tool launch. They launched this week. This is the first week it's been launched. Go grab your membership. Try it out for the month. If you don't like it, cool. You will, though. All right. Create your account, all that good stuff. And let's get this money tonight, y'all. Thank you guys for joining me as always, man. I knew you were going to love it. I knew it. I was on here for almost an hour, y'all. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Good luck tonight. If you want to follow me on Twitter at Cam_ATL, let's get this money. GreenlightDFS.com for DFS shit. You already know. And I'm out. Peace.